Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? Welcome into the den. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? Hey, sis. Y'all forgive me. I got a little strangled this morning on some coffee, but I'm not gonna keep y'all very long today. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Because I'm in the mood to crochet. And as you can see, I'm jumping the gun. I'm showing you how much I got done. I still have a ways to go, but like I said, I'm in a crochet mood today. Mood, all of that good stuff with the M's. So I'm going to move it on along with the crocheting. But as always, all aboard. Hello, Vivian. How are you? So good to see you. Okay, so like I said, all aboard. We are at 530 subscribers and we have close to 2,300. Yeah, 2,300 viewing hours. Guys, we're getting so close to that 3,000. Wow, I see everybody coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now, first thing I know, if you were here yesterday morning, you saw this attire. Why? Because I have not been to sleep. I've not. I have not been to sleep. Like I said, I was in a crochet mode. I did nod twice last night, but other than that, it's been crocheting. I have taken breaks. I did have my breakfast. Like I said, please forgive me. I got strangled on some coffee, like just before we started. Um, my breakfast was a handful of peanuts and a handful of corn chips. It's okay. It's okay. It was breakfast. But we don't even have to tell you what it is. It's 2 cups today instead of one. So I got my full coffee. I'm sorry. And I'm going to sip my coffee. I also have my 2 bottles of water. Every now and then you might hear my little munchkins in the background. I told them they can hang out with grandma today. So, and they like to watch it on TV as well. So, see there, we already went from A to D. Okay. I always call this exciting news. And it may not be quite so exciting. As you know, I was recently rewarded my Meals on Wheels. Well, it didn't happen yesterday. It was supposed to. According to them, their protocol is to call before they come. And if they don't get an answer, they will call again in a few minutes. And then if they don't get an answer, they will call the emergency contact. No phone. Mia! Um, None of the phone calls happened. I left here at 2:12, I believe, to go pick up. It was so 2:12, 2:13 to go pick up the babies from the bus stop. There was nothing outside the door, nothing on the door. I got back home at 2:31. This is picking up both kids. They come on different buses. And when we got back, there was a yellow tab laying on the ground, like between our apartment. Hello. Okay, okay, I got you. But between the two apartments, ours and the one next door, and I picked it up off the ground, and it said, "Sorry, we could not leave." Okay, the whole thing behind that is no one knocked on the door. We were home all day yesterday. If they had come between that little 18-minute window that I wasn't here, my daughter was here. She, of course, is my emergency contact. There was no knock at the door. There was no phone call. I called them back to try to see, what was going on. Of course, I got nothing. And I kind of figured I wouldn't because it was Friday. But I'm not going to stress it too much. too much, I am going to stay on top of it, and we're going to call them back Monday and see, where the mix up is, and try to buckle down their protocol. Not just this is the way it should be done. I need to know how it's going to be done so I know how to manipulate my day. Okay, there is that. Also, and I'm not name dropping, but I am going to tell you something exciting did happen yesterday, and it kind of I'm sorry, guys. Um, it kind of set the tone for the rest of my evening. It like shot everything up, like mood through the roof. My health even felt better, as much better as it could. But I got a phone call, and my thing is, anytime I feel that I can help someone, it makes me feel good. And I want to thank that individual. Usually they watch every one of my videos. And I just want to tell that individual, thank you so much for trusting me to help you. Thank you for, putting that amount of trust in me. And I'm hoping that I did, what I could to do you due service. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I had to say that. Um, Okay, finish and future. We are already up to the letter F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so finish and future. Today, guys, and tomorrow and Monday. I know today and tomorrow it's going to be this. It is definitely going to be this. Um, I got on a roll with it somehow, and there was no more questioning myself as to what I was doing. I'm like, okay, I got this. It's going now. 84 more rows I have to add. Yes, Joan, I did two more. So 84 more rows I have to add, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I see it happening, and I'm so super excited about that because I know that over the course of the next 3 days, it will definitely be done. Hopefully, over the course of the next 2 days, because I want to get back to these babies. Those of you who follow Juan the Yarn Addict, he put out an offer, not a call, but he put out an offer for the little baby hats. And they're called the something sprout. I don't remember, but if you go to his channel and look it up, the tutorial is there. If you decide to help him out with these little donation baby caps, then he does a tutorial. He wants them all to be uniformed. He gives you the hook size, the yarn size. All of mine were done in 4 worsted weight, and I did go down to a 5.0. We know that I don't typically do that one anymore, but I got in touch with Old Blue and only have 2 done right now. I did them so that I would get the hang of it. Guys, it took like 15 minutes to do each one. Yep, it took 15 minutes to do each one. And I'm pretty sure, if you get yourself in the mode and the mood, and I'm not saying everybody can do 15 minutes, but I'm saying, even if you do one an hour, they're quick and easy. They're quick and easy. I keep them all in these little bags because they're going to babies. They're all going to be washed. Juan has already said when he gets them, he's going to wash them as well. And he's pretty sure the facility is going to as well. But, these are going to the babies. And I don't want to hurt the babies in any way. So there is that. Also, I told y'all that I was frogging the salsa blanket. And this blue strip that I had that showed you the babies in the bundle, that's the blue. That's from the baby in the bundle. It made a pretty big cake. But y'all see how I use my containers? I love using these. I do. Yes, it's the snuggle spray. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you know what, Michelle? I had actually done a bunch of them. I did before I listened to the instructions when he was saying that, this was something you just send them to him and he would get them to everybody. I just went on a little rampage and started making caps. And then I went back and looked at the entire video and heard that he wanted us to stay away from yellow. And I got two in. But I also did these with a J hook. I followed the tutorial as far as making it. Yes, I was a bad girl. I skipped ahead and I made these. So what I'm gonna do, since I made them and it's only two, I'm gonna go back and remake these using the 5.0 hook. And I also made the little stripy one out of one of these Just Yarn balls from Dollar Tree. You can get 3 of these little caps, or close to 3, depending on how tight your tension is. Mine tends to run pretty tight. Um, but yeah, you can get up to 3 out of one of those. Speaking of tension, a little tip I want to throw in there. Hand placement on your hook can control your tension a lot. The closer you are to the head or around the neck of your hook, the tighter your tension tends to be. The further back you are, the more laxed it is, so the looser your tension will be. My sweet spot is usually right where the grove is, but sometimes when I get excited or I'm going like super fast, I find myself clenching really tight, so I'll slide down to where the handle begins, and that'll help me control it as well. So anytime you feel like your tension's getting too tight, look at where your hand is and just slide back a little bit, maybe a half inch to an inch. And sometimes that helps a lot. It really does help a lot. Okay. So growth of the channel. Huh. Number one, April 25th, which is on a Saturday, I will be celebrating my second podversary. Yay! Nothing big, nothing spectacular, just together having fun. And what I'm going to do, I'm still working on the wordage, but it will be posted before April 1st. I'm putting out for you all to ask me questions. I really want it to be like a question answer session. I really want to do that. Sometimes I get asked questions outside of YouTube, but it's about crocheting or about my journey, that I have shared with y'all. And I would just love for that to be an open question and answer session. So if you hit me up and drop a few questions in there, don't feel bad. I will answer as many as I possibly can. I plan on being with y'all that whole hour, and we can get those questions answered. Okay? Okay. You should be over the moon to be so. I am over the moon. I get what you're doing there, Joe. I get you. I got you. I know you by now. Oh yes, but I am absolutely way up in the over the stratosphere about getting to 2 years, because I've not spoken on it too many times, but there have been lots of times that I have said to myself, I'm just not pushing the button anymore. I'm just not, I'm not going to do it. And I think to get to that 2 year mark and to finally start getting myself in a position where I can go back and look at the past ones, like I've been doing a lot here lately, and I see even the growth in myself and I see the growth in the channel. I'm like, okay. I never expected to come in this and be, some kind of crochet guru. I just wanted to have a community of family. I just wanted a group of like minded people to get together, not feel pressure, not feel, you know, like they're being talked down to, even talked about in a negative way. I wanted to create just a little nugget of safe space. And lots of times when I'm sharing my journey with you, is to let you know what I've been through. So I'm not going to bring you into something that's going to be harmful or that's going to hurt you. And I learned from the very beginning how to block and delete folks. So somebody comes stepping on toes the wrong way, I got that part for you. I do. I know how to do that very well. Okay. I'm sorry. So that's the one thing. The other thing is trying to get my mind back right. I wrote snippet notes down today. I didn't do the whole page like I usually do. I just did little snippet notes. These right here. That's what I did. So now I got to try to remember. Whew. Okay, growth of the channel. I wanted to talk about the questions. Um, oh yeah, I like this alphabetized format because even like yesterday morning when I didn't write anything down, it was easier to kind of follow instead of welcome in, because of, I guess, because of changing the format. But this way, if I come in and it's crunch time, then it's a lot easier for me to say, okay, A, B, C, D. It's easy to do that. Yes. Instead of not pushing it and feel free to push the right button. Go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In reflecting, um, the most recent time, it's been a little while, but the most recent time I felt like not pushing the button, there were three people who came to mind. And I felt like if I didn't push that button, I was going to get a verbal spanking from these three people, Joan being one. Yes, absolutely. And my Michelle. Yes. And well, there are four people actually, but Lori, and Marsha Lee, those four would have. I can hear it now. Okay, what's going on? Okay, what's happening? you know, and I love y'all for that. I do. I absolutely love y'all for that. Not only do you help keep me grounded, you give me the motivation I need to keep going. I know I got it right. I know. Oh my goodness, y'all! I wish sometimes y'all could hear me and Joan on the phone. We sound like two little old ladies sitting on the front porch, fussing at each other because of the care that we have for each other. It's like, oh, you better not let me hear that you've been doing this. All right, well, you better go ahead and do this. And it's back and forth. I know, I know, I know, and I do. Michelle, oh my goodness, I do. Just recently I told somebody that sometimes we want something, we need something, we're seeking something, and we put out our feelers, and God will step in and heal everything that we reach out to, everything that we try doesn't happen. But then in His own time, out of the blue, He'll send you exactly what you need when you need it. I got a message. Y'all, I got a message and it was so unexpected. I got a message from Michelle. This was a while ago. And it ended up being a phone call. And she literally said to me, "What do you need?" And at the time, if you don't know, Michelle is a content coach. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. And in me telling her, I didn't present it in that way. I said, I need help doing this and to present this way and to figure me out in this place. We sat down in that day, and it did not take forever. She talked to me in my language. And that was what I needed more than anything. And it just solidified what I've grown up hearing and believing. He may not come when you want him, but he's always right on time. It just, it worked. It was there. That happened. So I have to say that frequently. I'm starting to lose my voice again. I was getting a little emotional. I was, because y'all are so good to me. You are. And in turn, I want to be good for you and good to you. Absolutely. There's a part of love that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is the part of reciprocation. It's easy to say that you love somebody in words, but how do you show up for those people that you say you love? You know? Keep that in mind. That's my question for you to ponder this weekend. How do you show up for the people you tell you love? I mean, from family on down, you know. I get on my scooter every day between 2:10 and 2:15, and I don't care what the weather is. I'm riding around that corner to the bus stop. I caught y'all. It was sleeting so bad that day that it was the weather did that real crazy thing. Thank you, John. I try to be, but it was sleeting so bad that I had baby girl to get under my poncho so that she wouldn't have to endure that. And I'm riding back home with her on my scooter, crunched up under the poncho. I literally got little cuts in my face because the sleet was hitting me so hard in the face. Did I care? No. I went to get my babies and make sure they got home okay. They were going to heal and go away. And I mean, at first they looked like little freckles for a couple of days. It was just enough to nick the little surface, and they didn't last long. Like I told y'all, I don't do the soap thing. I'll do cleansers on my face once a week. Other than that, it's hot and cold water. I don't do the hot so much. I will do the ice bath to keep my pores nice and tight. I used to have a problem with oily skin, and I realized the hotter the water was I was putting on my face, the more it was producing oil in my face. And then I changed what I put in my hair, because lots of times when we start sweating from the head, it comes down into the face. So cold water does good. My face cleanser most of the time is Noxzema. I've been doing that since I was a little girl. Since I was a little girl. And drink water. Drink lots and lots and lots of water. Your skin is the largest organ of your body. Your skin craves water. Sometimes I'll 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 be bad and I'll go a day with one, maybe two bottles of water, and I'll lift up my leg and look down at my ankles, and they look like I'm 130 something years old. And I immediately go get a bottle of water and start drinking and watch these babies start plumping back up. And I don't mean fattening up, I mean watching the skin itself almost revitalize. I'll put some coconut oil on. Well, I started mixing my coconut oil and olive oil, but I'll put those on and rub it in real good. And then I start drinking that water, and then I don't have those crevices and valleys. Okay, so for the health-ometer, Mood. My mood today, y'all, is I would have to say 12. It's up there. It's up there. Health, with the exception of the legs, because I'm having a little bit of an issue still with the legs. The issue now, as of last night, is sensory. I'm touching them and I'm not feeling them like I should. But they're not swollen. I can still stand on them. I'm still walking. There's a limp there, of course. It's just, the outer part that I can't really feel them. I can feel, like I said, standing on them and everything. It's just to touch. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay, just letting you know. Just letting you know. Wednesday was Challenge Wednesday for yarn. For one, those who participate in what used to be known as Taco Tuesday, there were 5. It sounds like the arms coming. Yeah, yeah, the arms are good. Um, but there are 5 new challenges. One of the challenges, which was Juan's challenge, was make scrap cakes. You saw mine. You saw mine. I still have another blanket over here, or start of a blanket that I'm gonna frog. I'm not putting anything heavy on it. I'm not, constricting myself to any time. But there are several that are going to be frogged. But this is the next one on the list. The next challenge was a Bernie scarf. And what he said yesterday in his podcast was any form of a scarf will do, because it was the interpretation is pretty vast. A lot of people are thinking different things. So a scarf, an amigurumi, a small one is fine. A scrappy basket. I so want to get to that one because I have this blanket that I started and have not gotten back to in forever. And I have run, I think it was 3 strands. Let's see, one, 2, 3. This is 4 strands. This is, no, it's 3. This is 3 strands. So I want to run this and one of the cakes together and make the scrappy basket. So I do want to do that. Making those baskets, they are really, really quick because I use my number 10, my end hook. Okay, it's not a nightgown, it's a house robe. It's a house robe. So no, the house robe is right here beside the bed. It's like literally right here. When I get a chance to get to it, I will. I have until December. So it's not a pressing issue right now. I did pick it up and look at it last night. I held it up and refolded it and got it all back together real nice and neat. So yeah. Okay. So the next one was a bucket hat. So those are the 5 challenges: the make scrap cakes, the Bernie scarf, the amigurumi, the scrappy basket, and the bucket hat. So any of those, if you're interested, and if you want to see it yourself, go check out Juan the Yarn Addict, and it will say Wednesday challenge. You can also find the baby hat over there as well. Um, Michelle dropped a video earlier today. Please go check it out. Please, please, please go check it out. I was not there when it happened, but trust me, the kids and I already got all the lineup for the TV set. And I told them, I said, look, this one comes after this, and then we have to do this, and then we have to do this. So I'll be on Team Replay, but I will definitely be there. Absolutely. And the other thing, okay, yes, there are a lot of challenges, a lot of crochet alongs, a lot of donation channels that are out here. Sometimes all you have, well, for the challenges, if you find yourself losing your Crojo and you want to find something different to do, just type in crochet challenge in your search bar and a bunch of them will come up. You can also type in crochet donation channels and those will come up as well. I did not write any down, especially when I saw how long the lists were, those two lists were. I was like, nah. So if you're looking for something to get into, there are plenty of us out here that are offering challenges, crochet alongs, make alongs, um, joining for donations, those types of things. So it's not a small amount, it's a bunch. It is a bunch. So keep that in mind. Crochet with Kitty. I am planning on making a video this evening for the Crochet with Kitty. I don't know when it's going to drop yet because I told y'all my focus is this Stitch Your Hood blanket. So I am definitely going to be working on that. And I figure while I'm working on it so diligently, I might as well record a little bit of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I love you too. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm here. Um, so like I said, I don't know when that one will drop, but another video that I'm making either tonight or in the morning is the last square for March, which is the moon. It's just like the crater. It's just the outer rounds where you have the holes. You're going to, okay, I got you, Michelle. Okay. So you'll be on my Team Replay while I'm on your Team Replay. But it's just where you have the spaces in the crater, you fill those in. But I would definitely drop that tutorial. If I don't record it this evening, I'll record it and drop it tomorrow. I want to do it before April 1st. Don't forget that I'm live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. Friday mornings, 8 o'clock-ish. So anytime between 7:45 and 8 o'clock, I'll be up here. And it's only for a little while. It's just that good morning thing. And then on Saturdays at 1:30. All of this is Eastern Time. I'm like so close to the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, but that is what I have for y'all today. I do have just a few, and I was looking at I think it was BB that sent me a comment. It was either BB or Hadija that sent me the comment of shows that they had that were different than ours on TV shows, which is what I had been talking about with you all. And I had done TV shows that had been introduced from 1963 to 1971. And I said I was going to go with the year that I was born, which was 63. And I still have to do some back work because there was some that I did not see that I knew I was looking at. I didn't see Mr. Ed. I used to look at Mr. Ed, and I'm like, did he come after 71? I sure thought it was before then because 71, I was 7 years old. Yeah, because I turned 8 in December of 71. And it seems like I remember Mr. Ed before that. Mm-hmm. And Jim and Tammy, definitely. Jim and Tammy came out. I don't remember when they came out, but I know that I was 7 years old when I was on the Jim and Tammy show, and I got to sing for the whole world. First time I sang on TV. So yes. Okay. So if I'm just picking up, some of these I don't even know. Okay. We're gonna go with 1969. Who remembers the show where the lady sang the song, Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. What was that show? I'll wait for your answer. She sang the song, Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. No, Joan, it was not. It was not Mary Poppins. And no, Mia, it wasn't Lamb Chop. It was actually Doris Day, the Doris Day show. And believe it or not, guys, that's all I remember from her show. I would always sit down and listen to the opening song, and then I was ready to move on to something else. Okay, there was a country and western singer who had a show that came out in 1969, and he still is mad popular. 1969. Cool. I got you. That's why I have to work on it some more because I got to go back further and I got to move ahead some. But he was very popular and he was known for wearing all black. If y'all can just give me his name, his show is named after his name. Country and Western singer, wore all black, played the guitar. No, it wasn't the Cowboys. It's just one singer, even though he did have a band, but it was known basically for him. And that was the Johnny Cash show. He had a very unique voice. I used to love to hear Johnny Cash sing. Not Kenny, not Kenny. I think he's coming up a little later, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of jumped ahead and looked at some. Yeah, he came a little later. Okay, there was another show. Yes, one of our favorite amusement parks came out with, they started producing shows that came out. I think it was on the weekends. It was either Sunday night or Monday nights that they would showcase movies. One of our favorite amusement parks. It's also responsible for a lot of our favorite princess movies. Exactly. Walt Disney. Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Now, one of my favorite shows, and y'all may or may not know it, but it was truly, truly country. I cannot sing the title for you. I can't sing the title song for you because it's also the name of the show. I do Roy Clark, and I don't remember the other gentleman's name, but they played guitar and banjo when the show opened. Yes, you got one. But they played guitar and banjo when the show opened. They had guests like Minnie Pearl. Minnie Pearl always wore the hat that had the tag on it. Does anybody know the name of that show? See if I can hum it for you without saying the words. Does anybody know that one? And all of these are 1969. Okay, the name of that show was Hee Haw. Y'all, I used to love that show so much. I did. And there were several shows that came on around that, but I don't know if they're coming up later or not. So I'm gonna try to keep it together. Okay, let's see. I did that one and that one, that one and that one. Okay, so there are three more under 1969. This one was a doctor. This was actually the first doctor show that I got into. It came out in 1969. Yeah. Hee 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 haw. Okay, this show came out in 1969. Not only was he a doctor, it was his name, MD, was the name of the show, but he was a bit of a sleuth as well. He was almost like a detective. I don't know how better to describe that, and I don't remember the theme song, but that was Marcus Welby, MD. Marcus Welby, MD. Okay, two more of my favorites. These are the last two. So, which one do I do first? Okay. No, not Dr. Doctor. It was Marcus Welby, MD. Uh, this one, oh wow, how do I say it without giving it away? I will say it was a crowded house with a lot of noise, a lot of competitions, but somehow they always managed to keep it together. Came out in 1969. Their family car was a station wagon. And the reason I remember the car because my favorite episode was the girls said they drove better than the guys. And the oldest girl and the oldest boy, were trying to get their driver's license. They both aced it and they had to prove it exactly. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Yes. But yes, the Brady Bunch. Here's a story of a lovely lady. Yes. Okay, the last one. This was one of my favorite educational shows. My favorite character, I can say his name, but it's almost a dead giveaway. My There were several characters that I absolutely loved. One was always a mystery, except to the mystery character was bigger than the show's biggest character. But no one but the show's biggest character saw the mystery character. And it was an educational show. Anybody have any ideas? I use a point system when I clean. And one of their favorite counting segments went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I do that every time I wash dishes. It's been 50 years. And I still do that washing dishes. Okay, to give you another clue. They're all Muppets. Did that help? Not the Muppets, but this show introduced the Muppets. This show introduced the Muppets. It wasn't the Muppet Show. I don't remember all the words to the song, but humming it is la 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 la. Did that help? They had stars on the show, like, and it's still a show, but stars on the show, like going backwards, Bruno Mars, Usher, Patti LaBelle did the greatest alphabet. Yes, Sesame Street, absolutely. And the mystery character was Mr. Snuffleupagus. Big Bird was the only one who ever saw Mr. Snuffleupagus. No, it's not the Lalas. But that was 1969, guys. That was a beautiful year. I'm going to circle that in my book. I have fun doing that. We're going to do that again. We're definitely going to do that again. But I promised you all that I would not keep you long, like I told you. I did promise you that little segment. I still have more years to look up. It's just something fun to do, just to, you know how we do. So, yes, I'm going to expand that portion. Excuse me. And I am going to get ready to get back to this beautiful blanket. Yes. Oh, guys, the more I work on it, the more I fall in love with it. The more I fall in love with it. But that's what I'm going to get back to. In the meantime, in between time, give yourself a big hug, a pat on the back, and a hand clap for all of your gifts and participation. Know that I love you and that's real. I want you to focus on self-love. Okay, love yourselves. And don't forget what I told you to do. Ask yourself, how much are you there for those people that you say you love? How much are you there? When is the last time you sent a text, made a phone call, went and knocked on the neighbor's door, whatever. But thank you, Mia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But like I said, I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to reach out to others. Don't forget to love yourselves. It's very important. It's vital, guys. And as I tell all of you all the time, if you ever need me, guys, please don't hesitate to reach out. Email me, message me through Messenger, reach out on Facebook. If you have my number, text me, call me. I love you too, sis. But and let's be here for one another. Let's keep this space safe and just a group full of love. Just a group full of learning, happiness, fun, and love. I will see you guys really, really soon, like on Tuesday. I'm getting ready to crochet my fingers off. But I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.